Hello everybody and welcome to another grammar lesson of the Greek language. Today we are going to talk about articles. If you are only familiar with the English language, you might find this topic a bit difficult. The English language, as you might already know, has two articles for everything, e and the, which actually make things quite easy, and it's of course one of the reasons why the English language is one of the most widely spoken languages in the whole world. But since this is a lesson about the Greek articles, so let's not stray away from the subject. So the Greek articles can be divided into two main categories, the definite article and the indefinite article. The definite article has singular and plural. In general, the articles have the same gender, case and number with their corresponding nouns. What this means is that if the noun is singular, masculine, and in accusative case, then the same applies for its corresponding article as well. In case you did not know, there are four cases in the Greek language: nominative, accusative, genitive, and another one which is of no particular interest at the moment. In the table, you can see all the possible combinations for all the cases and genders. The most left column is for masculine, the column in the middle is for feminine, and the right one is for neutral. So for the masculine, we have o in nominative, to or ton in accusative. The ni ending depends on the next word. Don't worry, I will talk about when we use the ni ending in the next slides, and tu in genitive. For the feminine, we have I in nominative, ti or tin in accusative, and tis in genitive. For the neutral, we have to in nominative, to in accusative, and tu in genitive. As I told you earlier, the definite article also has plural. So for the masculine, we have I in nominative, but I with omicron iota, tus in accusative, and ton in genitive. For the feminine, we have I in nominative, once again with omicron iota, tis in accusative, and ton in genitive. For the neutral, we have ta in nominative, ta in accusative, and ton in genitive. But enough with the theory, because sometimes it tends to make things more complicated than they really are. Let's see some examples when to use the definite articles. We use them with names. For example, Dimitris is reading a book. This is translated in Greek as O Dimitris διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο. As you can see, Dimitris is masculine and in nominative case. It takes the definite article O. Another use case is when we talk about something the others already know. In a way, it makes sense, since the others already know what we are talking about. We can be more specific, and we do that by using the definite article. Our class is big. Η τάξη μας είναι μεγάλη. Not any class, but our class. This is why we use the definite article I. Another interesting example is when we have adverbs that are used as nouns. I worry about tomorrow. In Greek, you will translate it as ανησυχώ για το αύριο. It is αύριο is an adverb of time and it is used as a noun, so we use the definite article to. Another thing that you might have noticed is that we do not translate the word I. And the reason for that is because we can deduce the person from the ending of the verb. So most of the times we don't use the personal pronouns, with the slight exception of wanting to emphasize. Let me give you an example. If someone asks who is worrying about tomorrow, then I would say I worry about tomorrow. Εγώ ανησυχώ για το αύριο. So in this case, I would translate the personal pronoun I as well. Now we will continue with the indefinite article. The indefinite article, as you may have noticed, doesn't have any plural. It only has singular. So for the masculine, we have ένας in nominative, ένα or έναν in accusative. Again, whether we use the ni ending depends on the word that follows. And ενός in genitive. For the feminine, we have μία or μια in nominative, μία or μια in accusative, and μίας or μιας in genitive. there is actually no difference whether we use μία or μια. I think the only difference might be that μια sounds a bit more informal. Other than that, they are both the same. Now for the neutral, we have ένα in nominative, ένα in accusative, and ενός in genitive. The general use of the indefinite article is when we talk about something for the first time and the others don't know about it. Example, I bought a book. Εγώ αγόρασα ένα βιβλίο. What book? No one knows which book you are referring to. So you have to use the indefinite article. On the other hand, it makes more sense to talk about when not to use the indefinite article, because if you do know when not to use it, then all that remains are the cases when you can use it. So the indefinite article doesn't have any plural. Example, in the classroom there are chairs and desks. Στην αίθουσα υπάρχουν καρέκλες και θρανία. You can say there are a chairs and a desk. There is no plural. We don't use it when the noun that follows is abstract. Example, what we are lacking is intelligence. Αυτό που μας λείπει είναι εξυπνάδα. Intelligence is an abstract term. The very definition of the word is abstract and subjective. So, also in English as well as in Greek, we don't use the indefinite article. We don't say we are lacking an intelligence or αυτό που μας λείπει είναι μια εξυπνάδα. We can't say that. It's not correct. And finally, we don't use the indefinite article when we cannot count the noun. Example, I bought sugar. Εγώ αγόρασα ζάχαρη. Sugar cannot be counted. You can say I bought a packet of sugar, but we are using something else to count it. Sugar itself cannot be counted. I bought coffee, the same thing. So when the noun cannot be counted, we don't use the indefinite article. We do not say εγώ αγόρασα μια ζάχαρη. This last slide is, like I promised you, about when to use the ni. If you remember, in accusative we had, for example, ton or tin, and I told you whether we write ni depends on the letter the next word starts with. So when to use ni? Before vowels, before the consonants kappa, pi, taf, xi, and psi, and before the combinations mi pi, ni taf, gamma gamma or gamma kappa, taf sigma, and taf zeta. Let's see some examples. Τον αέρα, έναν καφέ, την τσάντα. So, and with that last slide, I am at the end of my lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please subscribe and why not give me a thumbs up. See you next time.